my privilege to present the 2013 UCLA Film Festival Filmmaker of the Year Award to the Director of Argo, Mr. Ben Affleck.
My mother was always disappointed in me that I didn't go to college. This is very exciting. What a cool reel. Trailer park. They can make anyone look good. Michael Bay only knew I was getting a film school award for Armageddon. I really want to thank you very, very much. This is exciting for me. It's a real honor. It's very cool. And as with other bodies and organizations whom I respect enormously, it's very hard to believe that I deserve an award from them and from you, because I consider this, along with the rest of the world, to be a very esteemed group, and it's have produced so many amazing talents, and I'm sure that there are many more amazing talents sitting right out here in front of me. So 10 or 15 years, when you're thinking about an actor, I will accept it. I will accept it on behalf of all the amazing people who were responsible for working on all those movies with me. Particularly for Argo, Laura Kennedy, the casting director, Billy Goldberg, who cut the movie. There really is, the whole movie is just basically a competently executed version of Chris Terrio's script. And that's really what's I think spectacular about it. And Rodrigo, again, the cinematographer. I mean, there were so many great people, and so on their behalf and on behalf of all the people whose ideas I stole along the way to get here, I accept this, and I'm very grateful. And since this is a film school, or film organization, or school, or organization of learning and growth and thought, and I'm supposed to have some experience, I guess the expectation is that I could offer some advice. Thank you. For the laughs, just let me do that, and then you know that. I never found a lot of advice that I got along the way to be particularly useful. There are two reasons for that. One, this job is the ultimate DIY job. What's useful and helpful for one person may be not at all helpful or interesting for you. A part of this life, a part of this art form, is going out and venturing into it and discovering as much about yourself as you do about the world that you're portraying, because you discover who you are by way of the kind of echolocation of the movies that you make. And so much of what I heard theoretically or anecdotally was not useful to me. What was useful to me was to be around people that I considered really talented, and I saw that even from talking to the students and the administrators, the professors out there, that the commingling of talent that's taking place here is clearly yielding results. And I think, but because I don't want to show up and not really say anything interesting, that's happened before, I'm going to offer some advice, some of the advice that I got and some of my own hard-earned lessons about what I would want to hear if I were venturing out into the world as a director today. One, don't believe anybody who tells you that there is a way that things are done. Okay? If there is a way that if there is a thing or a way that everyone else is doing something, that's a pretty good sign that you should probably try something else. Don't worry about lunch. I never met a great artist who was worried about overtime or when he was going to knock off or when he could see the game. You know what I'm saying? They have TiVo. Okay? You can watch it later. If you're doing this work, this art, you're already ahead of the game. Stay there. Be absurdly confident in your talent and acutely aware of your shortcomings. Don't look down. Listen to what other people have to say. You will pick up untold great ideas if you just leave that window open. And don't be threatened when someone suggests something good. Just use it. Directed by credit is still going to have your name on it. It's not going to say directed by Judy Williams with a couple of good ideas from Hank the Props guy. Really, and it will fool you into making bad decisions. I really feel like even if we are going to look at the world and other artists in terms of failures and success, I judge other artists by their successes, not by their failures. We can all fail. We all should fail. Not everybody can succeed in the sublime and extraordinary way of other filmmakers who are lights out there in the distance and who are guideposts to inspiring us to try to seek greatness. A few can bear the risk that it takes to make something meaningful. We get caught up in our lives in the minutia of what we hope for, moment to moment. We too often work from a position of fear, and that itself is, I think, what so often holds us back. But if we were to all go up to space, and from miles and miles away, look down, we would see that failure and success are simply the sort of inextricably and necessarily interwoven tiles that make up the mosaic of our art form. And from far enough away, you can't even tell which is which. And that's the point. So go out there and do something that risks falling really hard on your ass. And if you do wipe out, smile, because that means you're doing it right. Thank you very much.